DuPont innovation lowers LCOE by increasing cell efficiencies and system lifetime while reducing total system cost. Materials matter.
Hello there and welcome to the programme. Coming up this week, is grid parity within reach in Europe? Emerging solar markets hold 20 gigawatt of PV project potential. And India initiates anti-dumping investigation against China and the US. Grid parity for residential and commercial consumers is within reach in many European countries, according to the PV Parity Project Consortium. The group analysed PV grid parity in the residential, commercial and utility scale segments in 11 European countries and found that grid parity is imminent this year in several of them, including Germany, southern Italy, the Netherlands and Spain. These countries should be followed by northern Italy, Portugal and Austria in the next 2 years, and then progressively by other countries. The consortium said that by the end of the decade, depending on how prices evolve and on the cost of financing, grid parity could be achieved in all target countries. A slew of emerging markets for PV have been identified in a weighty new report from market research firm IHS, which has identified 20 gigawatts of PV projects across Asia-Pacific, Latin America, the Middle East, Africa and emerging Europe. The expected growth in emerging markets is believed to be significant enough to bring market stability to the industry, despite waning incentives and government support in the previously key PV markets of Europe. According to IHS, as much as 12 gigawatts of PV installations could be added to the global cumulative total from emerging markets in 2017, up from just 1.6 gigawatts this year. Around 40 countries were classified in the Emerging Markets report, which could result in up to 30 gigawatts of cumulative PV installations over the next 4 years. In related news, India is initiating anti-dumping investigations against China, Malaysia, Taiwan and the US, following a complaint from the Solar Manufacturers Association in the country. As with the US-led anti-dumping investigation against China, the Indian investigation is also against solar cells imported from these countries. US-based thin film leader First Solar has been a major supplier of modules to Indian project developers building utility-scale power plants. The €250 million acquisition of silicon thin film equipment supplier Oerlikon Solar by Tokyo Electron has been finalised. The deal, originally struck in early March, will see Oerlikon Solar become a new core business unit of TEL that is intended to help the company in its future growth plans. In a statement, TEL's president and CEO Hiroshi Takanaka said, "Growth in demand for thin film due to large-scale PV power plants echoed the key business model of First Solar." Continued losses set the scene this week as 3 Chinese Tier 1 PV manufacturers posted third quarter results. A net loss of $152.6 million summed up the poor business conditions Yingli Green experienced in the third quarter, after pre-warning the financial markets of a massive hit to margins. Total net revenue was $355.9 million, down significantly from the previous 2 quarters. China Sunergy reported a loss of $23.2 million and revenue of just $59.5 million, a significant decrease of 46.1% when compared to the previous quarter. And JA Solar reported a net loss of $59.1 million on revenue of $260.9 million. And finally, German and US integrators are leading the way in developing utility-scale solar plants, according to research. Figures published by industry analyst Wiki Solar reveal that 7 of the world's top 11 developers of large-scale solar plants, that's 10 megawatts or larger, are US or German-based companies that develop and install their own projects. Top of Wiki Solar's list is First Solar, which has 572 megawatts of 10 megawatt plus installations across 10 sites. Sun Edison, a subsidiary of MEMC, lies in second place, with 320 megawatts across 12 sites. In total, around 8 gigawatts of capacity are developed by about 120 different companies, but the top 25 account for half of the capacity figure. Well, that's all we have time for this week. Stay tuned and see you soon.